Steve Jobs, Apple's visionary leader, with an estimated net worth of over $10 billion at the time of his death. Steve Jobs is one of the wealthiest people in the world, but money was never his motivation for doing things. He did things because they mattered. If he felt that something was not done right, or it didn't matter, then he wouldn't do it at all. This trait defined him in his work throughout his life. In this video, we will take a look back at the life of one of the most influential innovators of our time. So join us as we explore how Steve Jobs revolutionized technology through design and marketing, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape the world today, life and education. In February 1955, a baby boy named Stephen Paul Jobs was born in San Francisco. He was given up for adoption and grew up in an American town called Mountain View, which is now home to Google's headquarters. In high school, Jobs was fascinated by electronics and computers, and he would spend hours tinkering with them. He also developed an interest in calligraphy, which would later influence the design of Apple's products. After graduating from high school, Jobs attended Reed College in Portland, Oregon, where he took classes in calligraphy and typography. But he soon dropped out due to financial constraints and moved to Los Altos, California, where he began working as a graphic designer. There, he met another young tech enthusiast named Steve Wozniak, who had designed a computer called the Apple I. Recognizing the potential of this product, Jobs convinced Wozniak to produce a more user-friendly version called the Apple II. The Apple II was a huge success, and the company was soon able to hire more employees and expand its operations. Founding Apple. By 1976, Jobs and Wozniak had co-founded Apple Computer Inc., and their innovative products such as the Apple II and Lisa were transforming the way people interacted with computers. These machines were not only powerful, but also visually appealing, thanks to Jobs' keen eye for design. However, as the personal computer market became increasingly competitive, Jobs realized that Apple needed a new product to stay ahead of the game. This led him to develop the Macintosh, which was released in 1984. The Macintosh was revolutionary in many ways. It featured a user-friendly interface, a mouse-driven system, and high-quality graphics. It also came with software applications that made it easy for users to create and edit documents, images, and videos. This made the computer more accessible to a wider audience and helped to popularize the use of computers in homes and businesses. The Macintosh Revolution. The success of the Macintosh led to the expansion of Apple's product line and its growing popularity among consumers. The late 1980s, Apple had become one of the most valuable companies in the world. But as the 1990s approached, the PC industry began to change rapidly. New technologies such as the internet were transforming the way people used computers, and Windows was becoming a dominant operating system. Unfortunately, Apple was slow to respond to these changes, and its market share began to decline. To make matters worse, Jobs was ousted from the company in 1985 after a power struggle with the board of directors. Despite being pushed out of Apple, Jobs was still passionate about technology and innovation. He founded a new company called Next, which focused on developing advanced computer systems for education and research. Although Next's products were technologically advanced, they were expensive and targeted at a niche market. As a result, the company struggled financially and was eventually acquired by Apple in 1997. Next and Pixar. While working on Next, Jobs also became involved with another company called Pixar, which specialized in computer animation. He saw the potential of this technology and invested heavily in developing new animation techniques. This led to the creation of some of the most iconic animated films of all time, including Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo. These films not only brought joy to millions of people worldwide, but also generated billions of dollars in revenue for Pixar. Through his investments in Pixar, Jobs became one of the most successful investors of the 1990s. Return to Apple and the e-revolution. When Jobs returned to Apple in 1997, he found a company that was on the brink of bankruptcy. The iMac was one of the first products that Jobs worked on during his return to Apple. It was a colorful, translucent computer that came in a variety of vibrant colors. The iMac was not only visually appealing, but it also featured a sleek design and powerful performance. This made it a hit among consumers and helped to turn around Apple's declining fortunes. The iMac was followed by a series of successful products, including the iPod, iPhone, and iPad. Each of these products was not only technically advanced, but also aesthetically pleasing and user-friendly. This marked the beginning of a new era in Apple's history, known as the e-revolution. Under Jobs' leadership, Apple became one of the most valuable companies in the world once again. Jobs was also recognized as one of the most influential innovators of his time and received numerous awards and honors, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, leadership style, and vision. Throughout his career, Jobs was known for his charismatic and sometimes controversial leadership style. He was a demanding perfectionist who expected the best from his employees. He was also known for his ability to inspire and motivate others to achieve great things. One of Jobs' key leadership traits was his ability to articulate a clear vision. He was a master storyteller who could communicate his ideas in a way that was both inspiring and easy to understand. For example, during the 2007 iPhone presentation, Jobs described the device as a widescreen iPod with a touchscreen, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a groundbreaking internet communicator. This description captured the essence of the iPhone and its potential to change the way people use technology. Another important aspect of Jobs' leadership was his focus on customer satisfaction. He believed that happy customers were the key to the company's success, and he made sure that every product was designed with the end user in mind. This is evident in Apple's user-friendly products and services, which have earned the company a loyal customer base. However, Jobs' leadership style was not without its flaws. He was known for being autocratic and demanding, which could be off-putting to some employees. He was also notorious for his temper and was known to yell at his employees and suppliers. Despite these flaws, Jobs' leadership was ultimately successful, and he is remembered as one of the greatest innovators of our time. His ability to articulate a clear vision, focus on customer satisfaction, and inspire his employees to achieve greatness left a lasting impact on Apple and the tech industry as a whole. Challenges and triumphs. Despite his successes, Jobs was not immune to challenges and setbacks. In 2003, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and given a 7% chance of survival. However, he kept his diagnosis secret and underwent a successful surgery to remove the tumor. He went on to make a remarkable recovery and continued to lead Apple with the same passion and energy as before. Jobs was known for his relentless pursuit of perfection, and his attention to detail was unmatched. He would often spend hours scrutinizing the design and functionality of a product to ensure that it met his standards. This dedication paid off, as Apple's products were not only technically advanced, but also aesthetically pleasing and user-friendly. However, Jobs' perfectionism could also be a source of frustration for his employees. He was known for making last-minute changes to products and demanding that his team work around the clock to meet his deadlines. This often led to long hours and intense pressure for his employees, which contributed to a high turnover rate at Apple. Despite these challenges, Jobs' leadership was instrumental in turning Apple around and making it one of the most successful tech companies in the world. His vision for the future of technology, coupled with his passion for design and customer satisfaction, made him a true innovator and a legend in the tech industry. Legacy and impact. In October 2011, Steve Jobs died at the age of 56 after a long battle with cancer. His death sent shockwaves around the world, and millions of people mourned the loss of a visionary leader and a true innovator. Jobs' legacy is one of innovation, creativity, and excellence. He changed the way we interact with technology and made it more accessible to the masses. He also inspired a new generation of entrepreneurs and innovators to think outside the box and to pursue their dreams. Today, Apple continues to be one of the most valuable companies in the world, and its products are used by millions of people every day. This is a testament to the impact that Jobs had on the tech industry and the world as a whole. Steve Jobs was more than just a tech genius, okay? He was a visionary leader, a creative innovator, and an inspiration to millions, okay? His legacy will continue to live on for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe so that we can keep bringing you more great content.